Hi everybody, it's Catherine. I hope you're having a great day. My project today is this tiny little box that holds a little post-it note. It's one of the little tiny post-it notes from Dollar Tree. But you could also put in some mints or some little candies, like the Mentos loose ones. A whole bunch would fit in there. I just thought this was the cutest little thing to put this little fella on. And there's 3 different badgers and 4 sentiments. It's your turn to be celebrated. Thanks for being you. Happy day, and you're my bestie. All right, so today we're using the little guy with the flower. And I just wanted to say that for the next week, so from Friday until next Thursday, so today and tomorrow, all the way till next Thursday, I'm going to be offering free shipping on any order of $30 or more. The only thing is, if you spend $150, you're better off getting regular Stampin' Rewards, so don't enter a host code. But anything 30 or up, well, you could put the host code in anyway, but 30 or up, I will be refunding your shipping. Since there's no button for that, as soon as the order goes through, as long as you check the box that says I can see your information, I will mail you a personal check right back. All right, so for the project today, we need a bunch of things. For the actual box, we need a piece of Fleur de Flamingo that is 5.5 by 4 inches. And we need some of this is the Sweet Symmetry Designer Series paper. We need 2 pieces that are 1 5/8 by 2 3/8. 2 pieces that are 5/8 by 1 5/8. And 2 pieces that are 5/8 by 2 3/8. Okay, now that's all for the little box. For the little post-it note, which this slips off, and then they have a little bunch of post-it notes in there. Alrighty, and this actually isn't too hard to get back on. Sometimes they are, but this isn't too bad to just slip back on for them. Alrighty. Okay, so for this, we need a piece of the Designer Series paper that is 3 1/4 by 2. And that's it for that. And the post-it note. Alrighty, so let's start with the box. I'm going to get my Simply Scored. And we're going to score on the 5.5 inch side first. First we're going to score at 3/4. Then 2 1/2, 3 1/4, and 5. Then we're going to switch it to the 4 inch side, and we're going to score at 3/4 and 3 1/4. Alrighty. Fold and burnish. So if there was anything that you were eyeing up in the new catalog, I'm offering free shipping on it this week. Okay. Alrighty. It's not too difficult, this one. We're just going to get rid of these 2 rectangles on either side of the skinny rectangle, and then we're just going to cut the tabs out. Alrighty. So with the skinny rectangle to the left-hand side, we're going to take out that bottom rectangle and wedge it up. Okay, then we're going to move to the other side of the rectangle side we just cut that side straight, move to this rectangle, cut that side straight, and then we're going to cut wedges to make a tab in the middle out of the square. Okay, then we're going to move over to this side of this rectangle here and cut that side straight, and then just wedge the square to make a tab. Okay, that's what I did. And now I'm going to just flip it around so that the skinny rectangle is on the right hand side, and we have a square down here on the left, and we're going to cut the rectangle next to it straight, and then wedge both sides of the square. Okay, move down to the other side of that rectangle, cut it straight, and then wedge. Cut this straight for this rectangle, and wedge. Okay, and now we have the skinny rectangle on the right hand side. We're going to cut this side of this piece straight and then wedge up into the rest of that skinny rectangle. So that's what that looks like now. Okay, now we need our DSP. Okay, the two pieces that are 1 5/8 by 2 3/8 are going to go here and here. Okay, now the two pieces that are 5/8 by 2 3/8 are going to go here and here. Okay, and the last two pieces that are 1 5/8 by 5/8, we're going to wait until we've put the box together. All right, so we need a little bit of tear and tape on the skinny rectangle, all the way up close to the score line. And we're going to fold over where we have the tape and fold the other side to meet it. Okay, now you can figure out which way you like up because this doesn't have a pattern. Okay, so I'm going to make this side the front, and this is our back. Okay, so we're going to put the sides in the back flap, and now this is the front flap. We're going to put our tear and tape close to the outside. Okay, and then just try to get that as straight as possible. Got a little teeny piece I missed. There we go. Alrighty. Now, this will be the front of our box and we will just tie it up. So now we want to put the other two pieces of DSP on the bottom and the top. Missed that. I'm just going to dot a little bit of glue because I missed that side. There we go. Okay, and that's our box done. Now we're going to do our Post-it note. Alrighty, and we need our Simply Scored again, and we're going to score on the 3 1/4 side. Okay, we're going to score at 1 1/2 and 1 3/4, and that's it. And then I'm going to fold and burnish. Okay. All right, and then our Post-it note is going to fit in there really nicely, just like that. So decide which side you like as the back and the front. And then I'm going to take some Stampin' Seal Plus and put 2 strips of that on the back of the Post-it note, which is the front. I just did, oopsie. All right, on the back. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'm just going to take some Stampin' Seal and I'm going to put 2 strips of the plus on the back of the Post-it note. And then I'm going to line up the top, whoops, the top here, as close as I can get it to that line on the back. Okay, and there's our little Post-it note holder. All right, and then I'm just going to tie some of the Bumblebee Gingham ribbon right around it. Okay, and then that will slip right into our box, and it fits in there just perfectly, even the ribbon. All right. Oops. Okay, so that's our box, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the same ribbon and I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm just going to tie the ribbon around it, but this time I'm going to put the bow at the very top of the box. Okay. Alright, so now our box and our Post-it notes are done. Now we just want to do some stamping. And we need a scrap of Whisper White, our Tuxedo Black ink, and our Cling stamp from Badger Besties. Okay. And there we go. This time, I'm sorry I didn't cut one ahead. So we'll just have to take our chances on this one. Okay, we need a whole bunch of Stampin' Blends. We need light basic black, light and dark smoky slate, dark Calypso Coral, and dark Daffodil Delight. All right, and we're going to start with the light basic black. And what I want you to do, let's use the other side here. We're going to make this part of his face the darkest. So we're going to start at the tip and try not to get the eye. And just bring it out. And I'm going to also do both ears. And there is just a tiny, tiny bit on the other side of the face over there that we're going to get. But you could really leave that alone if you don't want to mess with that. All right, and then just kind of go down just a little bit down here next to the, I guess, the neck fur. All right, and that's it for the basic black. Now we're going to take the dark smoky slate, and I'm just going to kind of blend it out from the black. Just keep bringing it down. And then I'm just going to go where I think there would be some shadow. And just put a little bit just down his back. And then I'm going to get the light smoky slate and try and blend that out a bit. Oops. Alrighty, and then I'm going to do a little bit more shading above and below the hands, on the bottom of the tail, I'm just going to make the whole black back leg kind of dark. And then the bottom. And then last little bit just by the where the leg meets the body. And then I'm just going to blend it out with the light smoky slate. Now you could decide to make a little bit of the belly white also, but there wasn't a real good defining line there, so I just left it be and made it all light smoky slate. Okay. Now, I also forgot we need light mossy meadow for the little leaf. All right, so with the dark Calypso coral, I'm going to fill in the flower. With the light mossy meadow, I'll do the leaf, and with the dark Daffodil Delight, I'll do the middle of the flower. Okay, and that's all the coloring. Now I just have to, oops, fussy cut. Okay, so there's our badger. Now I'm just going to take a couple of dimensionals. And then I'm going to put a half a dimensional on the nose and cut up a few for the tail and the feet. Alrighty, then I'm just going to make sure that my ribbon is straight. Make sure that this is the front here. And then I'm just going to stick it right over the ribbon. Just like that. Okay, and then for the final touch, I used a Holiday Rhinestone Basic Jewel in the middle of the flower. Okay, and for the sentiment, we're going to be using You're My Bestie, but just my bestie. Alright, so I'm just going to put this on. Alright, and I'm just going to go on the straight edge. Just stamp it. Good. Okay. And then I'm just going to cut it by eye. Just going to cut a little farther on each side. And then you can just cut it straight. Okay. And then I'm just going to cut diagonal right before the my and diagonal right after the bestie. Okay, and then we need a piece of a dimensional on the right hand side. So over here. And a tiny bit of glue on the left hand side. Alrighty, and I'm just going to let it stick off the box just a tiny bit to the right. And that's it. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you watching. And if you would like to place an order, I'm offering free shipping for the next week until next Thursday. You can use this host code only if you're spending less than $150. If you're spending more than that, you want to get your Stampin' Rewards. But I will send a little gift to everyone that orders, and I will refund your shipping. Just make sure that you check the little box that says I can look at your information so I can mail it to you. Alrighty, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Please subscribe and hit the like button. Bye.